First of all, thank you everyone for joining. We got a couple of more people joining in here. I am the owner and creator of TikTok Marketing 101 and alignable.com. Glad to see some of you guys came from that group over here. And quick little backstory about me. I own Line 'em Up Media. We are a social media and content agency based out of Maryland. We've been doing a lot of content for some big creators, all the way down to startups for about over half a decade now. Crazy to say, I know I might look young, but a big portion of my life has been inside of this social media space. So, what I want to do today is help you guys go viral, right? There is a huge need for social media content. I realize that a lot of my clients realize that we want to do social media content, but it can be hard, right? You could be putting a lot of effort into it, not getting a lot of results, and it can be discouraging at times, right? So I came up with a formula that is easier than ever to go viral online. This formula will help you get more views. It will help you get more leads, and in the end result, hopefully help you get more business. So what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to pull up a whiteboard, and we'll go off of this whiteboard for about 15 or 20 minutes. And I want to share with you guys some really, really cool findings that I have. So let me make sure I'm sharing my audio. Hold on, give me a second, because we're going to viral video G code. And really quickly, I want to show you guys some results that we've gotten using the viral video G code. I have used this personally to test, does this actually work? And immediately I got results. With my YouTube channel, I got millions of views, was able to get a little bit over 7,000 subscribers in less than 90 days. And I had a YouTube channel probably dating back from 2013, right? So I posted many, many videos on YouTube, and with not much luck, I got maybe 400, 500 subscribers. Now, I didn't necessarily have the best strategy, but when I tested out the viral video cheat code, instantly I was able to go viral and gain thousands of subscribers. So there's are some quick screenshots of YouTube, and I wanted to test this out on Facebook as well. It's like, all right, well, we got it on YouTube. What can we do on Facebook? And immediately, with a couple of videos using this strategy, I was able to reach almost a million people. And this was actually an early screenshot. We did cross over that million threshold. So we actually ended up reaching, I want to say, a little bit over 2 million people off of just a couple of videos testing out this strategy. This is a screenshot of one of my clients' accounts. She was able to reach millions of people in a month as well. And you'll see that she actually gained almost 3,000 followers on Facebook. We actually grew her page from 8,000 followers all the way up. And I think she's almost at 35,000 now. Excuse me. If you guys know how hard it is, some of you guys know Facebook is really, really tricky to grow. So that is really impressive to be able to get inside that Facebook algorithm and see exponential growth in just a short amount of time. This is another client screenshot. Dr. Gale was supposed to be in this class. I don't know if you're in here, Dr. Gale, but if you are, what's up? This is a screenshot from your TikTok page. We grew Dr. Gale's account from 0 to 100,000 plus TikTok followers, but we noticed a really big change inside of the algorithm. And instead of getting, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views like we used to do, we saw a slight downtrend, and we were just getting a few thousand here and there. And when we tested this strategy out, immediately she saw over 350,000 views. So it was very, very powerful. And I just want to show you guys some quick screenshots of myself, because I personally did this too, just to make sure that this actually does work. So this is a screenshot, 70,000 views, 34,000 views. This one video, 1.6 million on Instagram. Another video, 450,000 on Instagram. Again, over 1 million on Facebook. And what I want to do now is start to show you the behind the scenes. So I'm going to play a couple of videos and I want you guys to see if you're able to notice a pattern. So inside of these videos, some of you guys might start to pick up on this trend or this pattern. So let's go ahead and play our first one.
These pilots destroyed 2 helicopters. Pay attention to the helicopter about to land because that's Carol, and she was supposed to be gone for another hour. Now watch Mark because he's about to take off, and I want to know who you think is at fault because as Carol made her approach, she said that she saw Mark's helicopter, but she wasn't sure if his rotor blades were turning or not. And check out how Mark is getting distracted by this other guy talking to him, and that guy's going to regret standing there in just a minute because as Carol moved towards Mark, she's not even paying attention to him anymore, and this is about to end in a disaster because Carol's focused on trying to land in her box. Find out who got blamed in the full video on my channel. These pilots.
Okay, so that was video number 1. We're going to move to a second video that's applying this same exact strategy.
Lawyer's reaction.
I've never been asked if I'm a citizen before when I'm traveling down the road. Am I free to go or are you detaining me?
You are being detained, ma'am.
Okay, I'm being detained on what grounds?
Checkpoint authority.
So, what happens to me if I refuse to answer your question?
You'll stay here until you're answered.
I'm a teacher. I'm on vacation. I got time.
If you want to stay here, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm trying to explain everything to you.
No, I'm very curious about what happened.
In the United States of America, you have a Fifth Amendment right not to answer questions from law enforcement, including Border Patrol, if you feel that doing so will incriminate you in a crime. Now, when you apply the laws to this video, the Border Patrol officer asked if she was a citizen and she refused to answer, which legally she's entitled to do. And legally, Border Patrol is absolutely entitled to detain her in order to ascertain her immigration status. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, even if you're not at a border crossing, a Border Patrol agent can detain you if you refuse to identify whether or not you have lawful status in the United States in order to investigate you to make that determination. So legally speaking, no, she does not have to answer the officer's questions.
Okay, so that was video number 2. And then some of you guys might be, starting to pick up on this trend. Let's go ahead and play a few more quick videos, and then I will tell you exactly what they're doing.
Simply having QuickBooks is not enough anymore. You bought the tool, but you don't know how to use it. It's like trying to buy all of the plaster and roofing to build a house, but you never learned actually how to build a house. You simply have the tools.
So I honestly don't really agree. I actually think a lot of times you can be better off doing it yourself, particularly when you're a small business. So your stuff is really, really simple. This really comes back to like, what's your skill set? What are you good at? And then the question you really ask yourself is this a good use of my time? And if the answer is this is a bad use of my time, which starts becoming the answer as you get better and bigger with your business, then you definitely want to hand it off at that point. But you want to be careful who you hand it off to, because the mistake I'll usually see is people handing it to people that are even less qualified. And of course, it's hard to know unless you actually know how to see if the person's doing a good job. So a lot of times it's worth learning just a little bit to at least even be able to delegate it to the right person. And for more accurate tax and accounting advice from a tax attorney, subscribe.
Okay, and really quick video right here, and then I'll explain it.
Here's a side hustle for the broke teenagers. You can make $500 per day passively with just a phone and a laptop.
All right, I'm ready for this.
You serious?
And I'm not talking about drop shipping, SMMA, crypto, or any of those side hustles. This is something
Drum roll, please.
new and unsaturated. So first, go to Google Maps and search for a business type. I chose solar companies, but it really doesn't matter. Then you're gonna find the businesses that don't have a website. And here's the best part, you hardly have to do any of the work on your own. All you have to do is call up these businesses and offer them a website for completely free.
Free? Who needs to charge money these days, right?
Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Then to actually get the website, we're going to go and grab one of the pre-made website templates within Go High Level, change it around a little bit, and then give this to them. Then after we do this, we'll have a bunch of businesses that we're working with and that trust us. The next thing to do is offer them the other features within Go High Level. Things like Google review automation, missed call text back, or AI chatbots. But the thing is, for these, they're gonna have to pay us every single month.
That's actually a really good idea.
All right, so maybe some of you guys started to pick up on a pattern. Maybe some of you guys didn't. What they are doing is they are leveraging an already viral video online as a hook. So some of them are playing it out. Some of them are reacting to it. They're giving some commentation. They're positioning themselves as an expert like the lawyers were doing. And what this is doing is causing a huge increase in your watch time. So an important metric that you need to focus on inside of your videos is how long are people actually watching your videos? Most people struggle to get people to stay past 6 seconds. So that 3 to 6 second mark is when a viewer is swiping away. So inside of this strategy, what you were doing is using an already proven video that has metrics to back it because it wouldn't have gone viral already. And these people are leveraging already viral videos. So what Ben did right there is really similar to what I was doing. Some of the others, like Jasmine and Hugo Lord, they're actually playing the full video first and then giving their commentation. Ben has some interruptions in between it. Same exact strategy, same exact style. It's just a little bit tweaked here and there. So Ben, he has over 140,000 subscribers doing this strategy. There's another guy, Zek. He is on Facebook, blown up 480,000 followers. Most of you guys don't know them, and that's okay because these people are making a ton of money and got a ton of following with this strategy, which means that you guys can do the same, right? Some of you guys might have noticed this video a couple of years ago. I'm going to play this really quick.
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to know?
So there was a TikTok trend a couple of years ago that really blew off with this. What is a piece of information that you learn that feels illegal to know? So actually back in 2021, I did this with one of my clients, not realizing all of the science behind it. And we actually were able to accumulate over $50,000 in online sales in just 4 months. Now, I wish I had known the science behind this strategy back then, but it just shows you that this has been around for, the past couple of years, and not a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know if they don't want to share the secrets to it. They don't want people to eat at the table, but this strategy works like crazy. If you go to my personal YouTube, you can actually see the client testimony. I actually sat down with him and we talked a little bit about how TikTok actually really helped his business. So before we get into a little bit more of the trainings, I want to show a video from someone named Alex Hormozi. Alex Hormozi is the owner of acquisitions.com, $100 million plus business portfolio. They take small companies within the $1 to $3 million range. They buy them, they scale them, and then they sell them for profit, or they have stake inside of them for their profit. Alex Hormozi has been an amazing marketer over the past couple of years. Some of the ways that people are doing videos today are because of him. He had a lot of styles that people copied with the captions on the videos and the emojis flying everywhere. He was one of the first people to ever start doing that. And when it comes to marketing, he really knows what he's talking about. Some of you guys may have seen him. Some of you guys may have not. But I'm going to share just a 1-minute clip of him talking about the hook and why it's so important.
And so he ran it, spent 250 grand, and nothing came back. And he was like, what's going on? I know this ad's a killer. What's happening? So he went back through his old history of ads and he looked at the top performing ads he'd ever done. And as soon as he started watching them, he realized that he missed the hook, that the hook was wrong. And so he flew Larry King back out. He paid him again. They set up a whole new set again, just to re-record the first 30 seconds. And so they re-recorded the first 30 seconds with the hour-long interview and then reran the infomercial and did 100 million in sales. And so when I heard that story, I was like, this is why that the first 5 seconds, the headline, the hook is so important. And that's what I spend now a disproportionate of my time on. And people are listening to this and you guys are nodding along, but you're still not getting it because it's not real for you. And it took me forever to figure this out. When we make ads, and I'll get into my ad creation process later, I do 10 times the effort on the first 5 seconds. 10 times, actually 10 times. So if I have an hour, I would spend 55 minutes on the first 5 seconds and then 5 minutes on everything that's after that. Like that's the proportion of how much time I'm spending on just getting that first part right.
Very powerful. Very powerful right there. I'm going to play a quick short from him, and then we'll get into why it is so important again.
You guys just have to obsess about the first 5 seconds. No extra words, very clear, maps to the thumb, maps to the headline. It's just practice. I would look back at all my top converting clips, grab the hooks, and then try and remake 5 more with that same hook that still delivered tactical value, and then made that my next content thing, and then just kind of keep recycling that structure.
So again, he is stressing the hooks inside of videos. You know, I mentioned it a little bit earlier about why the hooks are so important, and it's because the first 3 to 7 seconds are everything in the video. If that viewer swipes away, you are getting dinged inside of the algorithm. Like these platforms are very, very smart when it comes to watch time. That is one of the most heaviest metrics that you can measure to determine if a video is doing well. The longer someone watches a video, these algorithms recognize that and they're going to push it. So if you're getting 100% watch time, 90%, 80%, 70%, that's going to perform at 10x a video that's only getting 10% watch time. And I would challenge some of you guys to go back into some of the videos that you might have previously done and look at the data and insights to see where are people dropping off, because most likely it's going to be within that first 3 to 7 second mark. And that's the reason why your content is not organically getting pushed into the algorithm. So we have you know, kind of found a cheat code to get people past this first 3 to 7 seconds with leveraging already viral videos online. So it is really, really important for you guys to just understand that your hooks matter probably more than anything else, because if you lose that viewer within the first 3 to 7 seconds, they're never coming back. And it's, you know, the chances of your video getting pushed inside of the For You page and, you know, the Reels page, Explore page is just slim to none. So that is essentially the viral video cheat code right there. It's actually funny. Alex Hermosi, the guy that was just talking about that, he is doing the videos where it's split. So there's a viral video and then he comes on screen afterwards. He is actually testing this very same exact strategy with his ads. We could pull it up later, but for time's sakes, you know, if we have a couple of extra minutes at the end of this webinar, I'll actually show you his Facebook ads library and what they're doing with school games. And they're testing like 10 or 15 different variations of a viral video playing for the first 3 to 5 seconds, break attention, they come on screen, and then, you know, they make an offer. So where do we find these viral videos? They are already on social media. That's the coolest part, right? You guys have probably scrolled past many perfect videos that you could have taken, saved them, you know, used a couple of seconds of it or commentated on it, and, you know, had your own viral video. So Facebook, Instagram, X or Twitter, whatever it's called, YouTube, TikTok, they are everywhere online, and most likely they're already on your algorithm. You've seen videos that apply to your industry and your niche, and, you know, you could have saved them, chopped them up in a way that you could have, you know, reacted or reviewed them, commentated on them, and had a viral video. We actually have a lawyer from last week's class that has signed on to do some of these. I'll show you some examples of his because it's someone that's sitting in the exact same position of you guys and is able to go out there, comment on some videos, and, you know, within the first month, he's probably going to be able to get 100,000, potentially even 1 million views versus what he was doing before. So how do we download the videos? There are websites that allow you to grab these videos without the watermarks. So I have a couple of them listed here. You don't necessarily need to write these down because at the end of this, I will give you guys the link to this whiteboard. So that way you have all of this as well. So how do we film these videos? It's actually easier than ever, right? I'm on a camera right now, but you could be using a cell phone, just like how I did as well. And my personal examples, if you go to my personal social medias, you will see I was on as an iPhone, right? I filmed it in my garage using the microphone, no fancy equipment, no real fancy editing. These videos are just super engaging and they are dominating inside of the algorithm. So some best practices, but it's not necessary, is using a tripod because it's just going to keep the video a little steady. But if you can hold out your arm, fine, you can do that. Having a good light source. Obviously, I have lighting equipment here, but not everyone has access or wants to spend hundreds of dollars on lighting equipment. So you can use a window, or if you have nice overhead lighting, you can use that as well. In my example that we will be editing live later in this class, I didn't use any fancy lighting. I just used the lighting that was in my garage. I put a white piece of paper. It's a backdrop, but I put a white backdrop. It's a piece of paper behind me for easy cutout, which is kind of the third point, a solid background. Again, it's not necessary to have like a white backdrop. If you have a wall in your house, you can do that as well. And you only need to do that if you're going to be cutting yourself away, green screen style, and overlaying yourself, very similar to how I did in this video right here. And you'll see that example right there, we got like 3.7 million views on that video, and had a very successful campaign for that e-commerce company. So how are we going to edit these videos? We are a video and content agency, so we have used every single video editing software: Adobe Premiere, After Effects, Final Cut, DaVinci, iMovie, Sony Vegas, you name it, we have used it. And the easiest one is the free one. It's CapCut, right? There is an app for the phone and there's a free desktop app as well. It is the most user-friendly if you're going to be doing these edits by yourself. Or if you want an editor, don't worry, we have an editing team over here, so just let us know and we can help you with editing too. That was a shameful plug, but it is true. If you want professional editing, we can help you guys with that. But I'm going to show you guys today how to actually edit these videos by yourself. So the only thing that you need to do is trim the unnecessary parts from the viral video. As my one buddy Chris likes to say, trim the fat off the meat. If you're going to be doing a green screen style, which we will in today's example, then you will need to use the background remover tool, which is very simple. It's a click of a button. You don't even need a green screen anymore. These apps are so powerful. They do it with one click of a button. And then adding some captions, which the reason why I love CapCut so much is it has captions, auto captions embedded inside of there. So again, with the click of one button, it is going to do auto captions for you. So these are some screenshots that you can see. There's a remove background. It does the auto removal. Here is where you can see the auto captions, where we'll hit generate. And then they have some really good templates for the captions that you guys might have seen online. So many people are using CapCut. Then we'll go into how do you make thumbnails for these videos, especially if you're posting them on like Instagram Reels and whatnot. CapCut has a thumbnail builder embedded right into their software. Again, this is why I love it, because everything is kind of streamlined in one app. Or you could use Canva, which is what this whiteboard is on. A lot of you guys might be familiar with Canva already and comfortable with using it. So you can go ahead and use Canva as well. And the best practices that I like to say is use a clip, like a screenshot from the clip that you're doing, something that's going to grab attention, and then you just need some words on top of that. So this was a video we did. It was a funny video about, like a cop getting upset about something, and we just said, do you think this cop was wrong? So very simple. You don't need to hire like a $100 per thumbnail artist. You can do it yourself very simply. And then last but not least is, how do we title these videos, right? The best way to title these videos is 5 to 7 words that is easy to understand. And what I like to do, if you're not experienced with this, is take the video outline or the transcript from your video and use ChatGPT. And what I like to tell it is, this is the prompt that I made for it. Use this transcript or summary from the video, whichever you choose, and ask it, hey, give me 5 viral title ideas in a 6th grade reading level. And you'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. My industry is professional. Like I don't want to, why a 6th grade reading level? There is a very shocking statistic in America that most Americans actually read at a 6th grade reading level. So you'll see right here, the literacy project, the average American reads at a 7th to 8th grade level. However, the Department of Education says that more than half of American adults read below a 6th grade reading level. That is not that good, but it's just the truth of it. So if you have really complex topics that you're talking about, you have to dumb it down for the core audience. So some people are going to get it, but for most people, it's going to go way over their head. So we have to make our titles 5 to 7 words. So it's enough for people to be able to see in one looking, and very easy to understand what's going to happen inside of that video. So again, you'll see, do you think this cop was wrong? So it kind of like piques your interest. Plumber company owner freaks out over mistake. So you kind of know what's going to happen in that video. Crazy Karen freak out. Bike shop owner tries to take bike. So you're like, what is this about? And that video went crazy viral online. And where do you post these videos? The same exact platforms that you found them on. So we're going to put them back on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. We're going to put it back up there. So that essentially is the viral video cheat code. We're going to do some live editing because I want to give you guys an example. But before we do that, if some of you guys are interested in learning how to edit your videos, or you already have a video editor, before you leave, I want you guys to have access to a free one-on-one strategy. So right here, there's a QR code, and I'm actually going to give you guys the link to this whiteboard down here in the chat, and you guys will have access to a free one-on-one strategy session with me. I will personally work with you to figure out how can we do this strategy for your company. So that is completely free, no obligations to that. And then we also have a viral video cheat code ebook down here. So this is the viral video cheat code free ebook, and I'll scroll back up for the people that need to take a picture of the QR code, viralvideocheatcode.com. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and copy this again if some of you guys don't want to come in here. So this is where you can get your copy of the free ebook, where I take this webinar and kind of condense it down into a few chapters, and then you can have a written copy of this as well. And then you'll notice our Discord group that we're trying to grow, we're trying to find viral videos per industry and save you guys some of that legwork. And, we're sectioning them out per industry. Now, this is a free Discord group. So this is off of, virtual assistants and people that can do it on their own time until we can kind of get some paid members in there to dedicate, a few hours a day to finding the viral videos. So if it's not as populated inside of your industry, please forgive me. Obviously, it's a free Discord. So I'm just doing this off of the free time that we have. So this is really, really good. I advise you guys, sit down for 30 minutes. Let's figure out some ways that we can leverage the viral video cheat code. And this is actually Adam, who was in our last class. He is an estate planning lawyer, and we are going to do 8 videos in a month for him. Last night, I actually did a filming session, helped him line everything up for the video. I did the video outlines. I grabbed the videos that he could react to, did the hooks and everything. All he had to do was just show up to the Zoom. I showed him how to record it on his phone, and we were actually able to edit the videos within a couple of hours, the first 2 for next week's push. So I'll show you those really quick so you can see an example of how you could do the viral video cheat code.
How do I avoid paying taxes on my inheritance property? So here's why selling immediately might save you millions in Texas, but beware if you're in another state. So currently the federal government has a $13.6 million state tax limit. And what that means is that anything that you own and that you're passing down that's over the $13.6 million threshold is going to be taxed at 40%. So anything that's underneath it, you're not going to be taxed on it federally. Yeah, before this rule came into effect, it was around 5 or 6 million. And then before that rule came into effect, it was around $100,000. It's important to sell the property immediately if your goal is to avoid the capital gains tax, because the property then is going to continue to appreciate in value. Here in Texas, we don't have an estate tax, so there's really no concern or worry to plan for a Texas estate tax. We don't have one. But there are 18 states in the union that have their own estate tax, so you'll need to plan accordingly to try to avoid those. Don't let estate taxes catch you off guard. Follow me for more tips.
So that was one. I'll show you another quick one, and then we'll go into a live editing session.
Never let your parents give you their house. Here's why. Don't want my house? I do. It's just you bought the house for $100,000 and it's now worth $700,000. If you transfer it to me now, I'll be responsible in paying taxes on that $600,000 capital gain when I sell it.
Transferring your house the wrong way can cost you $600,000 in taxes. For the daughter to avoid having to pay capital gains tax on the $600,000 increase in the value of the property, a good strategy would be to put the property into a revocable living trust. And if you name the daughter as the person that's the trustee, then she can help you manage the property while you're still reaping the benefits from it. And then after passing, the daughter will receive the step up in basis. She will then in turn receive the property at a value of $700,000. So if she was to then sell it, then she wouldn't have to pay capital gains tax. So this transfer is capital gains tax free and it avoids probate. And it's a smart move. And I use it all the time when I'm setting up trusts. Don't get hit with any unnecessary taxes. Follow me for more tips.
Never let
So that was Adam. We are doing a 1 month trial, 8 videos inside of that. And I can almost guarantee that he is going to get between 100,000 to 1 million views with this strategy, just month 1, which is probably more views than he's ever gotten in his whole time doing video content. So it's very, very powerful. Grab the free ebook. Sign up for a free one-on-one coaching strategy session where I can sit down with you, learn about your industry, figure out some ways that you can leverage a viral video cheat code that is just a little bit more personally tailored to you. And you can run off with the information and go viral, right? So really quick, I'm going to stop sharing that link. Oh no, did my camera cut off? Let's see. So really quickly, what I'm going to do, I don't know how long that camera has been cut off. So sorry, guys, if it's been those colored bars for a little bit. I am going to pull up CapCut and we are going to edit a video that I have already pre-edited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video and then I'm going to delete it. And then we're going to get it back up in like 10 or 15 minutes. It's very, very simple. So this is about a 28-second video. This would apply to realtors. Everyone knows realtors, so it's pretty, heavy in this group. So that's why I use you guys as the example. So let's go ahead and watch this. This is what 475K really buys you. Oh wait, why is it saying my screen sharing is paused? Can you guys see my screen? No? Okay. Here, let's see if this works. Here we go. Now you guys can see this, right? Okay, thank you. This is what 475K really buys you in Texas. Now, when most people watch this, they're probably thinking, wow, I'm about to move to Texas right now. But beware of this common trick, because what realtors aren't showing you is the location of these properties. Now, this house is in McAllen, Texas, which is close to the US-Mexico border. Now look what 475K gets you in Dallas, Houston, and Austin. If you're interested in more real estate content or have a house that you want to buy or sell, follow my page for more. Okay, so again, there was a viral video online about what $475,000 can get you in Texas. It was a very beautiful home. If I remove myself back there, that is a very beautiful home. I don't know what the housing market is like in your guys' states, but here in Maryland, $475,000 gets you nothing close to that. And also in Texas, 475K will get you a nice home, but I don't know if it's going to get you something like that. So in this instance, it's a little bit misleading in the video because of the location of the property. So it's a little bit closer to the US-Mexico border, but when most people think about Texas, they might be thinking of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Houston, Austin, or even, you know, places like San Antonio. So when you do something like that, you know, it can be a little bit misleading. It can get a lot of views, but in this instance, from a realtor's perspective, what you can do is you can commentate on kind of like the beware and kind of like a little bit of the misinformation or did you know? So this strategy works really, really well. And think about it, guys. If you're in like the financial space, think about how much misinformation is out there online that you guys could be correcting up. And it's very, very powerful when you can do it in an engaging way. People will start to trust you. They will start to reach out to you. When you get hundreds of thousands of views, the influence that you can have and the social proofing that it does for you and your business is unbelievable. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to delete all of that out of there. Some of you guys may be like, oh no, but it's okay. We're going to get it back. Don't worry. So first thing is first is we have all the videos that I have filmed. And again, when you see this was done in my garage on a white paper backdrop, no fancy lighting, no fancy microphone like how I'm on right now, just my phone, a backdrop, and that's it. And I didn't even need to use a backdrop. I could have just used a white wall. But what we're going to do is we're going to place these clips down. So I'm going to select all of them by holding the shift button, very similar to if you were on your desktop selecting all of your files, you just hold shift, and this will make it so I don't have to drag them down one by one. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the fat off of these. That's what my buddy likes to say. And I'm just going to trim out the spots where I'm not talking. So you'll see down at the bottom of this clip, there is a waveform. That is the audio. So a quick way to recognize, hey, you know, there's no talking going on right here. I need to clip that out is look at that waveform that's going up and down. So I know I can trim there. 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 Trim there. I'm just dragging on these clips. Now, if I wanted to not drag on here, I needed a very specific spot. What I could do is grab my razor tool, which is right here where my mouse cursor is, and you'll see the split tool. Now, you'll also notice that there's some letters next to it, and that is a keyboard shortcut. So if I come over here and I hit the letter B, boom, you'll see that my cursor just moved from a mouse to the razor tool. So if I hit A, now I'm back at the select. So that is a very quick way to speed up your editing workflow. If some of you guys are going to be editing this yourself, is learn some of these keyboard shortcuts, and you can actually pre-program them to your liking in the settings of CapCut. So again, I can just use B, I can clip there, I can clip there, and then I can hit A on my keyboard, and I can select that, hit the delete button, hit the delete button. Click B, click A, delete, and hit B. I can go back to A, now delete, or I can drag these clips, whichever one I prefer. So now we have all of our clips, and then now I'm going to just drag these a little bit over, stack them next to each other like if it was a magnet, just so I can kind of group them back just for some organization. So now the next thing that I want to do is I want to click on this clip and look up here in the top right. So you'll see video, audio, speed, animation, adjustment, and then there's like basic, remove BG, mask, and retouch. So really quick, I don't normally go into this in my other webinars, but CapCut is so powerful, guys. There's a retouch tool. So if you're worried about like, you know, your appearance, you can literally click retouch, even out, you know, your skin. You can smoothen out your skin, smile lines, bright eyes, dark circles, whiten your teeth. You can even auto reshape your face. It's unbelievable. You can make yourself a little bit more slim. It is unbelievable what you can do. You can add makeup for the ladies. I know appearance is everything. So if you are, you know, a little bit self-conscious and worried about that, don't worry, because with CapCut, you can actually touch yourself up a little bit. So what we're going to do now is go back to remove BG, and I'm going to hit auto removal, and you'll see it just took away my background from me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again on all of these clips. Hit auto removal. And you'll notice now there's no background. It's like the green screen went completely away. It's like a green screen effect. It's really, really cool. You'll see up here at the top, applying auto cutout on this last video, and boom, it's done. So it just did it that fast. So now what we're going to do is grab the viral video that we want to react to. I have it right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that on our timeline. So now you'll notice like the video is here, but I'm not on top of it, right? So what you need to do is take yourself from here, and just like layers, if some of you guys are familiar with Photoshop, you need to just drag yourself on the layer above. So if I drag myself this clip underneath, I'm not there anymore. If I drag it up there on the top, boom, I'm on top of it. So now what I want to do is leverage the viral video cheat code. I want to play 3 to about 5 seconds of this video so people can understand the context of it, what 475K buys you in Texas, and then boom, I'm going to cut it and pause it and then come on screen and tell people this is what $475,000 really buys you in Texas. So let's go ahead and find a good spot to stop the video. This is what so I think right here is going to be a good spot. So what I want to do now is select on this clip, and I'm going to do something called a freeze frame. I want this video, this viral video, to stop exactly where it is and be able to drag out the duration of that still frame however long I want. If I need to commentate on something, you know, I will have as much time as I need. And right here on your toolbar, you'll see what I'm hovering over is the freeze frame. So if I click there, boom, now you'll notice it just applied that screenshot to my freeze frame. So that's really good. Also a good note for you guys, if you're going to be building thumbnails and you want something very specific, you can just freeze frame it, take a screenshot of that particular screen, and then now you can use that for your thumbnail. So now I'm going to drag myself over top, and let's hear what I say. This is what 475K really buys you in Texas. Okay, so I actually trimmed a little bit too much fat off the meat of that video, and I need to make sure that I add it back. So I can just go ahead and slide it. Really buys you in Texas. Boom. And then what I'm going to do now is transition. I'll start the video back into that living room area, and then I'll just let it play for a couple of more seconds. This is building up engagement for the video. So now, before people even know, they're at 7 seconds in the video, which previously was people's biggest struggle to just getting 7 seconds. And just like that, we have someone at the 7-second mark, which is a huge indicator inside of the algorithm. So let's go ahead and let this play. Now, when most people watch this, so you'll hear me talking underneath. I need to go ahead and select these clips and drag them out for a little bit more play. And now I want to stop the video again right here. So I'm going to freeze frame it, and then let's go ahead and hear what I was saying underneath in this next clip. I am going to drag that freeze frame out to give me enough time and make sure I have enough time here. Now, when most people watch this, they're probably thinking, wow, I'm about to move to Texas right now. Right. And then I'm going to get ready to drag it. And now let's hear what I say on the next portion. But beware of this common trick, because what realtors aren't showing you is the location of these properties. Okay, let's just move those out. Make sure I trim off the end, or, you know, allow that end to play. Location of these properties. Good. So now what I want to do is I want to grab another portion of this video for my freeze frame. So I'm going to select this part, just so the background changes a little bit, and that helps with attention editing. So it's just resetting people's attention, and it is just keeping them engaged throughout the whole video. And I'll actually show you an example of this. So let's say I just use the beginning of that freeze frame. Let's watch the difference.
Now, when most people watch this, they're probably thinking, wow, I'm about to move to Texas right now. But beware of this common trick, because what realtors aren't showing you is the
So it's fine, right? I could use that, but if I want to just take this to the next level, then what I want to do is go ahead and grab another freeze frame. So I'll grab it from there, go ahead and delete that, and I can just drag it back out to my original. And now let's watch it.
Now, when most people watch this, they're probably thinking, wow, I'm about to move to Texas right now. But beware of this common trick, because what realtors aren't showing you is the location of these properties.
So it just helps that like split scene part right there. And again, it's just helping with that attention reset. So now we're already at 18 seconds in this video. So we have held this viewer from 0 to 18 seconds, which could, potentially be some of your previous best already. So now we have a couple of more spots in this. Let's hear what I say next.
Now, this house is in McAllen, Texas, which is close to the US-Mexico border.
Okay, so now we're going to change the background again. I already gathered some of the assets for this video beforehand, but I have a screenshot of the map. So again, just like how we did with the viral video, let's drag the map behind us. And from there, we will be able to make this a little bit bigger. Maybe we will even add an arrow to help people know. So you can see now McAllen, and then I can come up here into this top left portion. And then really quick, guys, I just wanted to make sure, is my camera still on? If not, let me just click that to make sure that it's on. Okay. So what I want to do now is I just drag that up. I want to come up here into the stickers tab. And boom, I didn't even have to grab for an arrow. It's already there in CapCut. That's why I love CapCut so much. So just like how we did with layers, drag that sticker layer above us.
Now this house,
and when you see it play out, you can now tweak it a little bit. And a really cool thing that you guys can do is, let's say you want to get fancy. You see how this arrow is on top of my head right here? This is a really cool editing technique or trick that I'll show you. Is you can drag this sticker in between the layer of you and the map, and now you'll see that that sticker is actually behind me because we did the cutout tool. So that's just like something that you can do. You can play around with it, make it fancy. If I wanted to really show a difference, maybe I would flip this the other way. Maybe I want to have it come from out of my shoulder right there. So now
this house is in McAllen, Texas, which is close to the US-Mexico border.
And you'll see that I was actually pointing to the wrong area. So again, just like how I flipped that sticker, there's a button right here on that toolbar where a freeze frame is called mirror. And all you guys have to do is just hover over these emblems and it will tell you what it is. And say you're unfamiliar with it, a quick Google search will show you exactly what that means. So we can mirror, and then now I am on the right side.
Properties. Now this house is in McAllen, Texas, which is close to the US-Mexico border.
Okay, and I'll just drag that sticker all the way out. And then now let's go ahead and see what my next video is playing.
Border. Now look what 475K gets you in Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Okay, so that was fine, but I noticed that there's a couple of empty spaces in there. So again, I feel like there's some fat on the meat right there that I can trim out, because I wanted to say Dallas, Houston, Austin. And these are just little small techniques. Maybe that's not your editing style. That probably wouldn't kill your video as much. But for me, and what I prefer is I just want no wasted space in this video, because I want as much watch time as possible. So I'm going to go ahead, grab our select, or where our select and cut tool was, hit B. I got my cut tool. I can cut right there. I can drag where that audio wave file is, because now I know that's where there's some audio where I'm talking. And I can do it on the other side. So I'll cut there and then I'll drag. And then now let's see what this looks like.
You in Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Boom. So now it's just a little bit faster paced versus the other way. And again, that is a personal preference right there. If you wanted to keep that, that's okay. Just be careful that the gaps aren't too long because that can hurt your watch time. So what I want to do is I want to show Zillow. Zillow's done a great job with branding. So if you've ever been on the home search, you probably know what the user interface or the look of the website of Zillow is before. So let's actually hear what I said in the beginning.
Dallas.
So Dallas was my first example. So what I want to do is grab this screenshot of Dallas. Again, I'm going to drag it on that first timeline, which is underneath me. So I will be on top of it. And then there's some black bars right there. And boom, now we are in business. So one thing that I want to do really quick is I want this to actually be blurred because I don't want to reveal it right away. And then as soon as I say Dallas, that's when I can unblur it. So let's figure out where I say Dallas.
It gets you in Dallas.
It's about right here. So I'm going to chop at that area using that razor tool. And then what I'm going to come up here in the effects tab, there's an effects tab up here. And all I have to do is search up blur because it's a blur effect. That's what I want to do. I'll drag it on there. So then now
look what 475K gets you in Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Okay, now we'll come back and we're almost done. We only have probably about 2 more minutes of this edit.
Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Okay, so now I'll just trim that video to exactly where I said Houston. Make sure that I make it proportionate. And let's go into Austin.
And Austin.
So you'll see that the houses, they're nice, but I don't know if they were as nice. That Houston house is pretty good, but I don't know if they were as nice as our first example that was showed. And then let's figure out what's on the ending of
Austin. If you're interested in more real estate content or have a house you want to buy or sell, follow my page for more.
Okay, so then what I can do now is I can go ahead and actually just use the rest of the video and I'm going to turn down the audio. So I'm just going to have the viral video playing and I will now just drag that audio slider down. But let's say, hey, I don't know how to do that. Come up here into the top right tab where it says audio right here, and then you can drag that. And you see now, if you look down where the wave is, that is giving play up and down. So go ahead and drag that down. Now we know it's completely mute.
If you're interested in more real estate content or have a house you want to buy or sell, follow my page for more.
Okay, and you'll see that again, I pointed to the wrong side. So all I need to do is just trim that or like hit the cut tool, select that, and then we're going to mirror it. So now I'm pointing directly to where you would be following, liking, sharing, commenting on the video. So let's
follow my page for more
all the way through. I know that this webinar is going to end. I'll stay on for a couple of extra minutes just in case you guys have some questions, because I like to answer all the questions that you guys have.
This is what 475K really buys you in Texas. Now, when most people watch this, they're probably thinking, wow, I'm about to move to Texas right now. But beware of this common trick, because what realtors aren't showing you is the location of these properties. Now, this house is in McAllen, Texas, which is close to the US-Mexico border. Now, look what 475K gets you in Dallas, Houston, and Austin. If you're interested in more real estate content or have a house you want to buy or sell, follow my page for more.
Boom. That is a viral video right there. So now the last thing that we need to do is just add some captions on here. And I told you guys it was super, super easy to do it before. There is an auto captions button up here. If you go to text up at the top left box, you can find this auto captions feature. So now all I have to do is generate. It is going to do it. And then now it has captions up here for us. Really, really cool. I'm going to fix, sometimes it'll have spaces. I said 475K. I should have said 475K and it would have picked it up perfect. So be careful when you're talking because the captions will pick it up literally exact how you're speaking it. So one thing that I like to do now is come in here into the templates and you'll see that there's hundreds of caption templates. Some of these you guys might have seen on videos that are already out there. So you'll see now, boom. Now we have captions on our video and they look professional. So whatever is your style and your brand style, your company style, that's, you know, you can kind of play a little bit inside of those captions. And then let's say really quick, you want all these words to be capital. You just come back over here into basic and you can play with like all capital. Maybe you want all lowercase. Maybe you want the beginning word to be, you know, have a capital in there. Play around in there. You could switch the color. They have colors in here for your captions. So it is really, really simple. That's why I love CapCut. And then again, you could just select the cover right here down there in that bottom where there's a pencil and it says cover. And this is where I can make my thumbnail and it will save the video and save the thumbnail for you as well. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that, but that is the viral video cheat code. Just make sure my camera's still on. And it's very, very simple, guys. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. I thought my Zoom was ended because when I clicked on the Zoom, it just brought up the original menu. So you'll see that was fright right there. Like, oh my gosh, I've been talking to myself for the past 20 minutes. So that is the viral video cheat code. Very, very simple. That is a way that you can leverage already viral videos online. Big content creators are doing this, so you guys should be doing it as well. And I can almost guarantee you, if you did about 8 videos in 1 month, just 2 videos a week with this strategy, you're going to go viral in your first month. It's very, very simple. And if you guys want to leverage that, sign up for that free coaching call with me. I will go ahead and drop the link again inside of here so you guys can actually get a custom tailored strategy. Go ahead and drop that down here. Here is our free ebook, and I will help you with coming up with that. I'll also give you guys my website so you can check us out. We are working with some really big creators online, some people that have millions of subscribers, and then people who are just starting brand new pages. So we're working with big and small people, and you can lean on us as your trusted social media partner. I'd love to see some of you guys come in for a strategy session and definitely help you guys out. So any questions that you guys have, feel free to shoot them off for the next, couple of minutes. I'll try to answer everything for you. Do you offer affiliate sales rep? Do we have sales reps, like people who do affiliates? We do a lot of UGC content. We are actually in partnership with some ad agencies where we do UGC style videos for brands that are working really, really well on TikTok. So not too sure. Just let me know about that. But we do, have UGC videos where we create the video talking about your brand or your product, and then you can use that for your ads. But if you're talking in terms of sales reps, we do not offer sales reps. Are the background videos trademark or proprietary? No, this is why this strategy is so beautiful. So when you edit that original piece of content, it is now, or that viral video, it now is an original piece of content. So they are not going to flag you for copyright. I will say, if you're doing heavily copyrighted content, like movie clips and you're running that as an ad, then you're most likely going to get copyrighted then, because movies are a little bit different. But when it's an already viral video online, no, when you comment on that video, you add yourself as a green screen and alter the video, it actually gets turned into an original piece of content. There was a big lawsuit against some creators about this who were doing reaction videos, and they won. They got dragged out. Some people were a little bit upset about it because, you know, it's kind of like that. Some people just don't like it, but it is a fair strategy. Some of those people that showed on the whiteboard, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and all they do is sit here in a very similar setup to how I am, and they watch a video and they're like, that was amazing. And, you know, it is what it is. They're building a big following off of there. They're getting brand deals. If they have a business, they are definitely getting a lot of leads and a lot of business off of their social media. Where's your primary CapCut editing environment? I like to use the desktop just because that we are familiar with desktop editing, but now, you know, we have a editing team. So most of the time I send out my edits to our editing team. They edit those videos really quick within, you know, a day or less, and they get them back to us. So if you guys are kind of worried about editing, I just went ahead and dropped the link to our video editing memberships. If you sign up from these webinars, I always give people a 1-month trial at 50% of the original cost. So kind of get your foot in the game, see our style of editing. I can show you some of our work. I'll go ahead and drop the link so you can see some of our work as well. We have really amazing, talented editors. My background, I actually came as a video editor, and then once my upload got too much for me, I actually had to start hiring and training talent. And some of our editors actually have hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube as well. So they already understand the landscape of social media, working with big brands. Every single week, our agency is making our clients go viral. So it's really cool. You know, it is a really cool feeling. For some people, they've never gone viral before. Now we've done it so many times. I think we have over 200 million organic video views from our work, and probably double that inside of paid impressions. So people that are using our videos to run ads. We have some companies that are spending, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars behind our video ads each month. It's crazy what some of these budgets are for some of these brands, but it is really, really cool. Would we just take your own video? Yes, you would take your own video and send it to us. This was an amazing. Thank you, Maria. I really appreciate that. If you're still here, yes, you take the video. I actually like to schedule a film session the first 1 or 2 times. I'll sit with you. I'll show you exactly where to position the camera. I'll make the video outlines for you. I'll walk you through the whole process A to Z. So then that way we know that we do it right the first time. And then when you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and film out the rest of the videos for that month. So we always like to walk you guys through the process to make sure we do it right and you're comfortable with it before, you know, we kind of like throw you out in the water. You know, you got to walk before you can jog, and you got to jog before you can run, right? So we understand that. Do you have any metrics on how much the videos translate into dollars for the company? Absolutely. So we, if you go to the whiteboard, we were working with a local company here who had no online presence, started an online store, and we were actually able to generate about $50,000 in revenue in 4 months. Was really, really cool. We actually made him the #1 company in his industry for the state of Maryland, and he actually just recently exited his business. And a big part of why he was able to exit was because he built up such an amazing online store that he didn't have, because you can reach more people online than you can with foot traffic. And he actually exited his business. I'm getting married here in about 2 weeks, and he is actually the officiant for my wedding. Really good dude. You know, I consider him like family to me now, because we were able to build such a good relationship with, you know, videos and business. And we have done this a couple of times for some other e-commerce brands where, I had another example on the screenshot of how to film the videos, that 3.7 million view where I did. That actually made them sell out of their entire store in a weekend. Went down to DC. We had a good, script going and a little skit, and they sold out. They were a hat company, and I want to say that they did about 30,000 in revenue in a weekend from TikTok. So very, very powerful. Dr. Gale is another example. The exact numbers, I would have to, I don't know the exact numbers of what she's translating in from her videos, but I know that her whole entire business is based off of people finding her on social media now, and they book a free call in, and her books are usually, filled up almost 1 to 2 months in advance. So every single month, people are finding her on YouTube. They're booking out. She's a marriage coach. They're booking her out, 1 to 2 months in advance for the free complimentary calls. She's actually now in stages of doing her first TV show. Again, another way that social media was able to power her into that, because now she has such a large following that she is now about to go on TV. So really cool. She actually reached out to us in our agency to film it. It was way bigger than just like us filming it. We had, directors and producers and, people who are going to actually pitch the show to networks. So we just finished up that pilot. Way different than social media videos, but it was really cool experience. Did we work with any nonprofits? Absolutely. We are actually working with a nonprofit right now, and I'm meeting with them. We're doing a charity golf tournament, so I'm actually meeting with them this weekend. We're going to go to the golf course, film some videos and some preparation just to do some advertisements. But absolutely, we have worked with a couple of nonprofits, and they are month to month with us as well. What do we get for the trial month? Great webinar. Yes, thank you, Sam. I really, really appreciate that. So for the trial month, what we do is whichever package that you would want to do, say you want to do 8 videos in a month, we give that to you at a 50% cost. So we just lower the risk for you, because we kind of know within that first month, we're going to make you go viral. So we're hoping that you'll stick around for month 2 and even want to do more videos. So you get 8 videos inside of that. You will meet with me personally, where I will tailor a strategy for you. I'll find all 8 videos that you should react to, or I think that you have the best chance to go viral with you reacting or talking about. Or if you have a couple of videos that you find, you can send them to me, and I'll actually give you the exact hook of what I think is going to be the best way to engage your audience. And then I'll give you a sample video outline. We'll meet together in a filming session that takes about 30, 45 minutes. I will walk you through the entire process of how I want you to set up the phone or the camera to position it in the best way. And we'll sit there. I'll even ask the questions to you if it's easier that way. This is what me and Adam did last night. And he found it extremely easy for him to just hear my audio and me just ask him. I think with doing this, it is a little bit, there's pressure on you, right? So if you can just have the mindset of there's a person, I'm just talking to the person right there, it alleviated that pressure for him, and we were able to get those done. And he said that he really enjoyed having that one-on-one film session to make sure that he did everything correct. Now he knows exactly how to do it, and he is working on filming the rest of his videos. And we edited those in about 2 hours. I sent that out to an editing team, and they're really, really quick. We have about 6 video editors on standby, and we can get turnarounds done really, really fast. Any more questions, guys? This was a really, really good group. I hope you guys were able to get a lot of value out of this. Because this is a really easy way to go viral in under 30 days. Truthfully, you can go viral in your next video doing this. So any other questions, guys, before we hop off of here? What makes a video viral? So a video, and since in the terms of like which video that you want to grab, if you see a video that has, a couple of thousand likes on it, that's what we would kind of consider. Oh, how many views? I would say, there's levels to it, right? Say tomorrow we did a video with you and it got 10,000 views. I would say that's pretty semi-viral. 100,000 views, definitely you're like, that video got a lot of attention and a lot of engagement. And then 1 million, obviously, I would say that definitely solidifies it. But I would say like a good point is if you're getting 10,000 views every video, I would say like, you're pretty much, you're going viral. Imagine a crowd of 10,000 people outside of your house right now. That would be a pretty big gathering. So I would say once the video turns and starts showing a letter next to the views, you're starting to go viral. Look forward to a strategy session. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Look forward to meeting with you and, personalizing a strategy for you. We'll tailor it to your exact needs, figure out what your industry is about and how we can make you go viral. How often should this be done? Can you give me a little bit more context on that? How often should you do videos? I think a good starting point is probably 2 videos a week. Because if I tell you to post every single day, chances are it's kind of like going to the gym. And I just made a video on my social media pages about this, how video content can kind of be like going to the gym. That's why a lot of people don't do it, because it does require some work and it's a skill. So when you just first start into it, it's not going to be the same as if you've done hundreds of videos like these people that we see online. So starting small, it would be like going to the gym and maybe doing a light 30-minute walk. Or, just going outside and exercising, doing a 30-minute walk. If you did that twice a week, the chances of you following through with that for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year and beyond is a lot higher than if you just do a video every single day, you burn yourself out, and then you're like, you know what, I'm probably, this isn't for me. So I like to start small, do about 2 videos a week, and then you can start stacking videos on top of that. And then hopefully, these are making you a lot of money. So you're going to want to be doing videos and you're going to be carving time out, dedicating time to do these videos because of the results it's making you. So really, really cool. Any other questions, guys? This was a really good group. I feel like you guys were engaged in here. You guys were getting some good takeaways. Are there additional charges to $400? No. We do all of that for the first month. And then obviously we hope that you have, gotten anywhere between 100,000 to 1 million views, had a lot of DMs and leads coming through. Maybe people in your personal network are like, Sam, what the hell are you doing? Because I see your video online and you have a lot of views. And, you continue to want to go into month 2. And a lot of our partners that we work with, we have a very slim drop-off rate just because we're getting them a lot of views, a lot of attention, a lot of business online. And we like to say that we are priced very fairly. Some of our clients, they come to us letting us know if some of our retainers are like, you know what, I was paying $5,000 a month for the services. I was getting minimal review, results. And we come in there at a fraction of that cost, get them results in month 1, and they stick forever when that happens. And then obviously we just get better as time goes and we build a really good relationship with all of our clients. So no other additional charges. That would be a 1-month trial, 8 videos. We will meet together. We would script everything out for you. I'd love to offer you to my clients as well. Absolutely. A lot of our business comes from referrals, just because like the situation I just said, they see them blowing up on social media and they're like, wow. We actually just a couple of weeks ago, here, I will give you my email. And then my website is down there as well. We are working with pretty high profile client out in LA. And, he has a business that was acquired by Amazon for a pretty large amount of money. As you know, Amazon's got a pretty good bankroll. And, he's on TV. His family is very successful. But I would say that, and he's actually a host of some shows, but he's never really gone viral online. Had like hundreds of thousands of views. And it was funny because like 2 weeks ago, we had a video do like 800,000 views for him. And he's like, this is so amazing. Even though that he's had success in other areas of his business, but just the thrill of like, I've reached so many people. My DMs are off of the hook. I have so many people reaching out to me, people on my personal connections, seeing the video like organically online. It really was cool. And it was a cool feeling from our side too, of like, this guy, 8-figure exit, has all the accolades that most of us would be striving for, but still a viral video was making him excited. So really, really cool. That we were able to do that. Is there a recording for this webinar? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is inside of alignable.com, I will post this recording to the webinar. So do not worry about that. You will see that as long as you go back to where you originally signed up for this group. You will get the comment. I'll send out an announcement saying here is the webinar link. So when this meeting ends, it processes to the cloud. I'll upload it to YouTube as an unlisted video. And you will be able to get it. And then also, if you're worried about not being able to find it from Alignable, go ahead and shoot me an email now. And I will make sure I personally email you the link. So cyber security, AI, and SEO. That sounds awesome. More people. We are actually working with an SEO company. I don't know if you guys have seen these before. So this company, they reached out to us to do some some ads and also work on their sales page for just increasing the conversions. So this card right here, if my camera will focus on it, this card right here has NFC and a QR code. And like if you have a brick and mortar chain business or just a brick and mortar physical business, you can put this on your doors at the checkout counter. Even home services are doing this as well, because obviously the more Google reviews that you have, the higher you're going to pop up in Google. The higher you pop up in Google, the more business you're going to have. So it's a very simple concept. That person is absolutely crushing it because they have those physical cards and they're very inexpensive. So yes, we are pretty familiar with doing some of those. So anyone that you're doing SEO for, send me an email. Let's figure out a way where we can partner, and we could help them with their organic social media, paid social media. And leave the SEO to you, right? Just stack on your service and your package, and we would love to be an asset to them. Absolutely. Thank you guys. All right, we're going to be wrapping up this webinar. If you guys could leave me a positive review on Alignable, it really, really helps small business owners. Also, if you could leave a review on my Google My Business. I actually just got a Google My Business recently, and I'm waiting on someone to leave me my first review. It's funny, I've asked a lot of my clients, hey, can you do this? They're like, absolutely. And then I guess the days just get busy. So I need to follow up with them and be like, hey, you told me you were going to leave me a Google review. So again, that company made me realize the importance of having a Google page. and doing Google reviews. So I was like, oh, wow. So if you guys could leave me a review on Alignable or Google, really, really would appreciate that. Thank you, Kathleen. I really appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to come to this webinar and learn about how to go viral online. So give you guys about 30 more seconds for any last questions before we wrap this up. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you all for joining this webinar today. Connect with me on Alignable. Thank you. I appreciate that. Connect with me on Alignable so you can stay in touch. My email is there in the chat, jordan@lineemupmedia.com. And I look forward to seeing some of your guys' results, and happy content creating, guys. I'll see you.